This is a comprehensive explanation to the earlier video we made about our academic and non-academic record management system. In this presentation, I would be talking about ANAMS, what it's used for. I will also quickly take you through the dashboard, how to navigate entry of scores of students, look at how reports and cumulative records are generated, and finally, how these reports are emailed to their respective parents. What is ANAMS and its purpose? The purpose of our academic and non-academic record management system is to make use of the full functionality of the Microsoft Office suite to generate academic and non-academic reports. So that is a sample of the report on your screen where we have the academic session and the non-academic session. Then we also look at transcripts of academic record. So once a report is generated, it should automatically come with the previous term's records. So assuming the student is in Form 3 or Year 9 second term, as soon as the report is generated, it should come with Year 7 or Form 1 first term through to the current term. So that is how comprehensive the system is. Then we look at analysis of the results, where we look at the number of A's or ones or B's or C's and their various percentages. Then we can also tell you, oh, okay, 49% of them passed, 51 failed. Then we generate a bar chart to support what we've given you earlier. This way, stakeholders within the educational institution, the parents, vis-a-vis the students and the teachers will come together and look at a more better way of getting their stuff across to students to improve academic performance. Then we also need to look at creation of broadsheet. So we do this for you so that it saves you the trouble of going through individual files to pick the grades and the total score for each student. So at a glance on an A3 sheet, you get to see everything, the performance of each student. So we did this with only Microsoft Excel, Word, and Outlook. So if you really want to explore the full functions of Office, then you have to look at Microsoft Office Specialist Certification, where we deal with such issues. So the next couple of slides will show you a demonstration of how our dashboard is used, how scores of students are entered into the various Excel worksheets and reports generated into PDFs, and finally looking at sending of these reports through the Outlook program, which is part of the Microsoft Office suite. So please don't go anywhere. Stay as I do the demonstration. Let me quickly run you through our dashboard and see how best you can leverage this to your advantage. But before I proceed, I will need to make some clarifications here concerning the academic and the non-academic record management system. So for the academic side, most of the schools have been using it, with the exception of the non-academic grading system, which I learned, which I studied from Ghana Christian International High School. So over there, they normally look at five key areas: the attendance of the student to each subject class, the participation of the student in class, the effort the student puts into the work he or she is doing, and the quality of written work. So we need to check that as well when you mark the script of your student, and also the behavior with respect to the colleagues in class and to teachers as well. So parents get to have an idea about these five key areas of the student's life. So that is that for the academic and the non-academic grading system. So if you go to the top, I have Form 1 or Year 7 or Year 10, Form 2, Year 8 or Year 11, Form 3, Year 9 or Year 12. It could be from Primary 1 to Primary 3. in that order. So it's one Excel workbook that's going to take care and manage the records of your students for 3 academic years. So this is how you do the navigation. So assuming I want to go to term 7, which is Form 3 first term, once I click on term 7, it takes me to this particular area of my current worksheet. So that is what Form 3 first term. So this is what I get. Then I come in here, I click, I move to the respective subject sheet for data entry or recording of student scores. So that is the bit of it. Term 5, you click, it moves. Then you can go up. If it is term, let's say 8, you click, it moves. You can go back up. Aha. So this is how you navigate through our dashboard. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is looking at the student list, because that is what we will be needing for the generation of this terminal report and cumulative record. So this is my student worksheet, and over here I have the ID. The ID can be an admission number. So you have a system in place where you assign admission numbers to your student. Then the name of the student comes in. So I've already typed some names in here. Then you go to the gender, you fill that, you do that for class, because mine is class F, class I. So I have class F, I go down. Then there is also another class, class I. Then there's another class, class T. Then class T2. Then finally class S. So I have 5 classes and I've made room for 50 students per class. So in essence, we are looking at a maximum of 250 students for each year group. So if it happens that your year group goes beyond the 50 class size, there is always a way of scaling it up to meet the needs and requirements of your institution. So after you've populated the various columns with the necessary details, then you come to name of first guardian, because we need these details as well, plus the email address, since we'll be automating these individual reports to their respective guardians. So after you've done this, that at least it's a piece of cake. So I'll come here and add a random name. Let's say what name comes up. Okay, so I can use Botio. Think I got the spelling right. Botio Kwame Impua, like that. So Botio Kwame Impua, I don't know where that came from anyways, but we just have to make do with that. Mail, that's it. Then I go back up. So this is for class F. Then I come to click here to return to dashboard, and it takes me back to dashboard. So what it means is I'm on class F here, class F here. So if I go to term 9 and I locate class F, 9F, and I click on any of these respective sheets, it should take me to that particular subject. Then I should find the name I just entered there. So you see both your Kwame Impua appears there. I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I go back up, then I go to student list again. Then I'll go back to, let's say, class I. So for class I will type Akon, so Papa Henry. Then I'll type male. So since Akon Papa Henry just joined the class I go back just to make sure that he is really in that particular class. So I go click on term 6. Then for term 6, I come to, so I need to scroll down. This is my term 6. So I go to class I click, then I should find Akon Papa Henry over there. So it's as simple as that for populating your student list and navigating through our academic and non-academic record management system. So the next slide, I will talk about how you record the scores for your students, and I think it's a very straightforward thing you can do. Let's also take a look at how
Scores of students are entered in the school-based assessment design that we have come up with. So I've already entered some scores for first term, second term, and probably third term for some of the students. So I'll demonstrate in a bit. Then we would also do it for probably when you get to term 8, which is Form 3 second term, then we do some entries there for you to understand how the system works. Because you already have the names of the students populated in there. So I know the 7Fs are for the urbans. So I click on mathematics and automatically it gives me the school-based assessment worksheet. So this is the design, homework, classwork, class test, project work. Then the non-academic side looks at the attendance, participation, effort, quality of work, and behavior of the student. So what I have done, or what we have done as an organization, is to add some sort of data validation rule to the individual columns for the entry of the scores. So assuming you are a teacher, you are recording and you make a mistake, instead of entering a 5, you entered a 9. You hit a tab, then it prompts you that, oh, what you've entered really should not be there. So what do you have to do? Okay, this value doesn't match the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. So the maximum we can enter is 5 and the minimum is 0. So you need to hit on what retry, then you do the entry again, you hit tab, then at least it accepts your entry. So what you have to do as a teacher, at least one each of the weeks, you need to at least enter a column. If you can fill all the columns, that is fine. So if this particular phase week you are looking at only the attendance variable, then you enter the scores 1 through to 6, 1 being the highest and 6 being the lowest. Then you can go through, do the same for week 2, week 3, week 4. So I'm going to go to the end of the list. That is week 16. That is what I entered. So I've entered the scores for homework, classwork, class test, project work for all the 3 students, with the 4 students, with the exception of both Kwame, which we added just recently. So some of the schools don't do, especially the international schools, don't do end of term exams. So they do a series of progressives or monthly tests, which comes together in totality to give the grade for the student at the end of the term. So if your school is not into this particular practice, it's a formula and we can always adjust it or adapt it or change it to meet your need. So once you do the entries, you see what happens, the system automatically calculates. So if I come here, I change it to 100, then you see it being changed. If I come here, change this to 100, then it also changes in that respect. If I change this to 89, then the grading system changes in that particular order. So this is how you enter the scores of your students. So what the teachers will get on their is it their laptops or their smartphones where you downloaded Microsoft Excel and you have this student worksheet on it. All you need to do is just enter the scores. So once you are done entering, then what do? We submit it to a central point where we collate all of it into this big workbook for the generation of the report. So I'll go back, click here to return to dashboard, then I'll go to term 8. So term 8, what am I looking at? Okay, term 8 is the form 3 second term. So I'm going to enter the scores for at least a few of the students from mathematics through to home science. So I click on mathematics. It takes me there. I would like to go to the last bit of it because time is not on my side to fill all the columns. So Open Field Farmer probably got a 4 here, a 2 here, let's say a 6 here, and that is what a 3 there. Attendance, okay, was good. Participation in class, not that good. Effort, he was putting in some effort. Quality of written work, okay, that was good. Behavior, he's a bit disrespectful, so that's a cause for concern. Then multiple choice exam that you did, probably he scored a 50. This is probably an 80, 90, and let's say a 50. So once I go to the extreme end, you see the grade being calculated nicely with a rank. So that is the beauty of this Excel template. You don't need internet. Once you have it on your machine, it will do the job for you. So let's look at OBM Osama. So I'll do this. Aha, so I made a mistake. Instead of entering 5, I entered a 6. So I'll do a retry. I'll enter a 3. This is an 8. This is a 12. So as I enter, watch as the system does the calculation for us. So I go to 4. Okay, attendance. So let's say a 3 day participation. Yeah, she likes to talk a lot, so she participated. The effort, yeah, she's putting in the effort because she really doesn't like math in a way. Then quality of work is 3. Behavior, probably, yeah, she is respectful, so you gotta give her a 1. Then probably it is 60, 50, 80, 100. Nice and easy. So basically that is it. So what I'll do is I'll pause this particular video, fill in the rest, then we will use it in our next slide for the generation of report, how you can use Microsoft Word to get the data in Excel into the report that we want, and for the academic and non-academic side, and as well as generating the cumulative record. So once we generate the terminal report for Form 3 second term, it is expected that it should come with a previous result or cumulative record from Form 1 first term through to the current term. So that is how our system has been designed, and we know and we believe it's going to help you a lot when it comes to managing student records. Let me demonstrate how these reports will be generated into individual PDFs. So I have my folder on my desktop. I open GHS folder, and in that folder I have my Excel file, which was used for collecting data from students, and the Word document for generating the individual report. As I explained in my previous presentation, that is the previous slide, I said, and I made mention of the fact that once you generate the terminal report for term 8, it should come with a cumulative record for term 1. So I will open term 1, generate it for you to see the record, and we'll compare it with the term 8 and see if after generating the term 8 report, a cumulative record for term 8 really captures what is found under term 1. So I will open the file. So as it is opening, we just have to take some time. Okay, it's up on your screen. So this is our term 1 report, and we've written a VBA code that will do the generation for us in a very simple step. So I go to view macros, then I come to mail merge automation. I go to edit, and because I'm dealing with terminal report 1, I come to term 1. This is for term 1 is year 7 or JHS 1. There's also term 1. Here is also edited to term 1. I pick it from database for TR1, and I'm generating from 1 to 4. So once it's been saved, I just run my macro. So as it is being run, the reports are generated. So when I get into the folder, you should see the record for 4 students because we specified that it should generate for 4 students. So the first, the second, the third, and the fourth, which in this case will be Obin Fifi Fauma, Obin Nana Adakwa, Obin Ama Osama,
And we have Asamoah Nanama also being part of the list. So all of it will be populated in just some few seconds. So this is happening in real time so that you can calculate the number of minutes it will take for us to generate the individual report for your student. So mind you, this report comes with the terminal reports for the current term, which includes the academic and the non-academic side of it, plus the cumulative record. So it's a very simple thing to use. So as soon as it's done, I will open one of the files for you to see how beautiful the files look. So our reports are finished generating for term 1. So I'll come here, go back, close my VB, close my term 1. I can save it. Then I'll go back to my folder and open Fifi Farmer. So once it opens, it should come with a cumulative record. So let's give it some time. It's open shortly. My machine is a bit slow. Right, forgive me for that. Okay, so that is for term 1 report. Then the term 1 cumulative record. So we have the report, we have the cumulative record. So if you check the cumulative record for term 1, it is from 70.45 through to 68.25. So I'll go back again and generate it for term 8. So the term 8 should come with all the previous records from term 1 to term 8, forming the cumulative or transcript of academic record. So let's see how that is also done or how that is also generated. So I'll say no to that since we're going to use VB for this particular purpose. So I'll come back, click on it. I'll say view macros. So once view macros is selected, I go to mail merge automation. I go to edit, and this is for term 8. So I have to go back and change the variables here. Term 8. So if you're in term 8, then it means you are in form 3. So 9F or it can be 3F, depending on the school in question. So term 8 here. Then I go down to my list. We pick it from term 8. And then we are still generating for the first 4 students. So I'll save it. Then I'll run my macro. So once the macro is being run, I'll go to my term 8 folder. I go into the destination. Then it should pop up soon into that particular folder. So this is how the reports are generated. And it's not that difficult. So as soon as we're done generating, then I'll look at the next bit of the presentation where we automate the sending of these individual reports to their respective parents. Okay, so one is done. I think I can go ahead and open Fifi Farmer. Okay, so that you can compare to see if indeed the transcript for JHS1 is the same as the transcript for the person being in Form 3 and having all those previous records. So I'll go down, then you see, so you see it's the same throughout. So let's quickly look at how we can send these individual reports to their respective parents or guardians or sponsors.
So I've already prepared the list in Excel. So let me quickly open that. That is term 8 mail list, and that is what we'll be sending out to the parents, which includes the current terms reports, that is for students in Form 3, and it should also include a cumulative record from Form 1 to the current term. So over here I have the list of the names of students and the respective locations where the files have been saved on the system. Then the name of first guardian, which is the same for the name of the student, just to simplify things for us. Then we've got the email of the first guardian and email of the second guardian. So the first guardian could be the dad, the second could be the mom or a sponsor for this particular student. So I'll close this particular workbook just for you to see what goes on behind the background. So what I'll do is I'll open the mail merge later, which I've already prepared and linked to our Excel workbook. So once it opens, it will require that I click on yes to link this to the Excel sheet. So that is what I'm going to do, to click on yes. Once it opens, I've got mailings here and it has already been attached. So if you look at the first Dear Obinfi Farmer, which is the parent, I'll click on it and go to the Dear Obiamo Sama, please find out the terminal and cumulative record for Obiamo Sama. Thank you from FIT or from the institution that is sending the report, and go through to the third person. So we currently have three records that we need to send across. So I use the merge tools, which was designed or developed by Doug Robbins. Thank you very much, Doctor, for this powerful feature, making our work easier. So I'll go to merge with attachments. Click on merge with attachments, then it comes. So that is Doug Robbins. He is on Microsoft MVP. Thank you so much. God bless you. And we'll make our donation to you very soon. So I'm going to close it. I'll click on OK. Then it requires that I save this document. So I'll go and click on merge with attachment again. I'll click on close. Then it opens up another dialog box where I need to put in certain values. So this is it. So it is asking to select the merge field that contain the path and file name. So location for okay, this is a location for emailing the individual records. So I'll click on add. Then I'm going to click on merge to email message. Then select the field containing the email. So I'll select the name of first email of first guardian. Then I come and copy the email of second guardian. Then if it's a BCC and I'm sending on behalf of the school, I have to put create another column for the school's email address. So that can be done later on. Then I'll make the subject terminal and cumulative record. So this can be for term 8 hyphen terminal and cumulative record. So I'll come to my Outlook for you to see the outbox. You see there is nothing in there. So when I come, I click on continue, the system would have to merge the records and send them through email by my default account, which is fififarmobin@gmail.com. So once I click on OK, I go to my Outlook. I should see the mails popping up in my outbox. So if we have about 1,000 or 2,000 students, just a click of a button, all the emails sent to their designated emails. So parents, guardians will get the emails and look at the performance um, of their awards. So I'm going to double click to see term 8. So yeah, the FIFI being, so it's customized, and this is the report for FIFI. I can close it, and this is also talking about dear Nanobin. So we should find the Nanobin's report in there. I can close it. Double click on this to open. You should find OBM Osama's report in there for Form 3 or Year 9. So I can even decide to double click to open this particular report.
So when it gets to the parent, all the parent needs to do is to download it and you get a report. So this is the current terms report, which comes with a cumulative record. So this is how we send the emails individually to their respective parent. So I really appreciate you staying with us to go through this presentation. We are not done, left with a couple of issues I'll need to discuss before I conclude. Thank you very much and God bless. So individuals, academic, businesses, and government can surely contact us through our email fitg8@gmail.com, where you request for our template if you want us to generate your student academic report and non-academic report in addition to the transcript and the analysis of the results. And if you are an academic institution or a business, you can contact us for corporate training on the Microsoft Office Suite with certification exams from Certiport. So you can check our Facebook page for some of the training that we've done. Then we also do self-marking assessment with Microsoft Word. So where you write some code, students sit behind the system, they select the options, then at the end of the day, they click a button, automatically Word marks it, making the work of teachers easier. Then businesses can also consult. We can consult for them and help recruit staff with recognized IT skill set. So we take them through a training program. We test if they have the requested skills to boost productivity at the workplace. Then we also do proctoring of certification exams. So if you have any Microsoft exam, any Adobe QuickBooks, Unity exam with Certiport, and you are in Ghana and you want us to supervise, we can get you the practice test and exam voucher. So this is our registration certificate with Ghana Registration General's Department. We registered on the 11th day of May 2017 and we proceeded to get our Certiport Authorized Testing Center. So you have no cause to worry when it comes to we dealing with you and we being um, genuine in our dealings. So research has basically shown that 91% of hiring managers consider employee certification as a criterion for hiring. 81% of hiring managers feel that certified individuals perform better. At 79% of hiring managers feel that certified individuals are more efficient, and 50% of individuals believe obtaining a certification makes them more marketable. So if you are a fresh graduate from the university and all that you have is your first degree or all that you have is your advanced diploma and you just write on your CV, I know how to use Word, I know how to use Excel, I'm proficient in the usage of computers, but you don't have a global certificate to back your claim, then your marketability is questionable. So do well to get one of these certificates. Then this is from Bill Doherty, that is College System of California. He's saying it's truly a global marketplace, especially in the IT world. So if you don't have a certification that validates you have the needed skills, you are at a significant disadvantage. So my IT gurus from the universities try and get certified where you put yourself on the global market. So thank you very much for staying with me throughout this presentation. And you can always reach out to me by dialing the number +233 549 901190 or contacting me via email fiifawomaaubbin@gmail.com, fififawomaubin@gmail.com, or fitgh@gmail.com. God bless, and please do not forget to share on your wall. Subscribe or follow our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you. Thank you for the time.